Millions of people use baking soda every single day to settle heartburn, whiten teeth, or even as a quick home remedy for an upset stomach. But what if I told you that combining baking soda with very common foods could quietly harm your health, especially if you're over 40? As a health professional with years of experience helping seniors manage digestion, blood pressure, and medication safety, I've seen how small habits, like mixing the wrong ingredients, can lead to big problems over time. It's not about fear. It's about understanding how your body changes with age and learning what truly supports your well-being. In today's video, you'll discover some foods you should never pair with baking soda, why the reaction inside your body can disrupt digestion, strain your kidneys, or affect your blood chemistry, and how to use these common daily use items safely. I'll also share real-life stories that might make you rethink these harmless kitchen habits. So, stay with me until the very end. This could be one of the most important health tips you hear this year. And if you care about protecting your long-term health, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more science-backed, life-saving advice. 1. Acidic fruits. Baking soda, or sodium bicarbonate, is alkaline. Acidic fruits like oranges, lemons, grapefruits, pineapples, and even certain berries are, as the name suggests, high in natural acids like citric acid and ascorbic acid, vitamin C. When these two meet, they don't just neutralize each other in a harmless way. Inside your stomach, the rapid fizzing reaction produces carbon dioxide gas and alters stomach pH dramatically. For a younger body, this might cause nothing more than mild bloating. But in adults over 40, especially those with slower digestion, acid reflux, high blood pressure, or who take certain medications, this sudden pH swing can interfere with proper breakdown of food, affect nutrient absorption, and, in some cases, place extra strain on the kidneys. For those on blood pressure medication, diuretics, or heart drugs, excess sodium from baking soda can worsen fluid retention and elevate blood pressure. A common misconception is that combining acidic fruits with baking soda makes a health tonic, often promoted online as a detox or cancer-preventing drink. The truth? There's no credible scientific evidence for those claims, and for seniors, the potential harm outweighs any supposed benefit. Let me share a story. Margaret, a 6-7-year-old retired teacher, saw a social media post about baking soda and lemon water as a miracle cure. Within a week of drinking it daily, she began experiencing stomach cramps, frequent belching, and her blood pressure readings crept upward. A routine checkup revealed her sodium levels were higher than normal. Once she stopped the mixture, her symptoms resolved, but the scare taught her a valuable lesson about natural remedies. If you enjoy acidic fruits, eat them as part of a balanced meal or snack, but avoid pairing them with baking soda. If you're using baking soda for indigestion, take it at least 2 hours away from fruit consumption. Always check with your doctor if you have high blood pressure, kidney issues, or are on medication before taking baking soda regularly. Baking soda is a powerful substance, not just a harmless kitchen staple. Used wisely, it can help in specific cases, but when combined with acidic fruits, it can disrupt digestion, spike sodium levels, and put unnecessary strain on the aging body. Your health is too important for risky experiments. 2. Vinegar. Baking soda, sodium bicarbonate, is a strong alkaline compound, and vinegar is a strong acid, primarily made of acetic acid. When combined, they create an immediate chemical reaction, producing carbon dioxide gas and water that looks harmless in a science experiment. But inside the human body, especially in adults over 40, this pairing can be more harmful than helpful. The rapid fizzing may cause bloating, gas, and stomach distension. For seniors with weaker esophageal muscles or acid reflux, this sudden expansion of gas can trigger painful heartburn or regurgitation. More importantly, the drastic shift in pH can temporarily disrupt normal stomach acidity, the very environment your body needs to break down proteins, absorb minerals like calcium and magnesium, and defend against harmful bacteria. For individuals on blood pressure medication, heart drugs, or with kidney issues, the sodium load from baking soda can worsen fluid retention or strain the kidneys. Meanwhile, vinegar's acidity can erode tooth enamel and irritate the stomach lining, especially in people with gastritis or ulcers. A common misconception is that mixing baking soda and vinegar creates a detox drink that balances body pH. In reality, your blood pH is tightly regulated by your kidneys and lungs, not your diet, and flooding your stomach with this reaction offers no cleansing benefits. Consider Daniel, a 72-year-old with mild hypertension who started drinking a daily mix of baking soda and vinegar after reading about its alkalizing power online. Within 2 weeks, he noticed more frequent burping, mild chest discomfort, and higher blood pressure readings. His doctor traced it back to the sodium from baking soda and irritation from vinegar. Once he stopped, his symptoms eased within days. If you use baking soda for occasional indigestion, take it in water separately from vinegar or other acidic liquids and only in small amounts recommended by your doctor. If you enjoy vinegar for flavor or blood sugar control, have it as part of a meal, but not in direct combination with baking soda. Baking soda and vinegar are useful in the kitchen and for cleaning, but your stomach is not the place for their reaction. Protect your digestion, heart, and overall well-being by keeping them apart. Your body will thank you. 3. Milk. Baking soda, or sodium bicarbonate, is a powerful alkaline substance often used for heartburn relief or as part of home remedies. Milk, on the other hand, is rich in proteins, natural sugars like lactose, and essential minerals. On their own, each can have benefits. But when combined, especially in the stomachs of adults over 40, this pairing can cause more trouble than good. Here's why. Baking soda raises the pH of the stomach by neutralizing acid, while milk requires an acidic environment for its proteins, like casein, to be broken down efficiently. If your stomach acid is suddenly weakened by baking soda, milk may curdle more slowly and be harder to digest. This can lead to bloating, gas, or that heavy, uncomfortable feeling after eating. For seniors with slower digestion or acid reflux, these effects can be even more pronounced. There's also the issue of sodium. Baking soda contains a high amount of it, which can raise blood pressure and cause fluid retention, a real concern for people managing heart disease or kidney problems. Combined with milk's natural sodium and calcium load, this may add unnecessary strain on the cardiovascular system. A common myth is that drinking milk with baking soda coats and soothes the stomach. In reality, the reaction can cause excess gas and disrupt normal digestive rhythms. Over time, relying on this mix could even interfere with your body's ability to absorb nutrients like iron and vitamin B12, both critical for maintaining energy and brain health as we age. Take, for example, Maria, a 8-year-old retiree who started adding a teaspoon of baking soda to her nightly glass of warm milk to ease heartburn. Within weeks, she began experiencing unusual swelling in her ankles and more frequent burping. Her doctor found her sodium levels were elevated and advised her to stop the combination. After making that change, her symptoms disappeared within days. If you need relief from acid reflux or indigestion, use baking soda only in small, doctor-approved doses and not alongside milk. Enjoy milk separately, preferably with a meal, and let your digestive system work in its natural acidic state. Baking soda and milk may sound harmless together, but inside the aging body, they can silently cause discomfort and strain. Keep them apart, and you'll be protecting both your digestion and your long-term health. 4. Yogurt. Baking soda, known scientifically as sodium bicarbonate, is an alkaline compound often used to neutralize stomach acid. Yogurt, in contrast, is naturally acidic due to its lactic acid content, and it's rich in probiotics, the good bacteria that support digestion and immune health. While both can offer health benefits on their own, combining them can actually work against your body, especially for adults over 40 and seniors. When baking soda is mixed with yogurt, the alkaline soda reacts with the yogurt's acid, producing carbon dioxide gas. This might sound harmless, but inside your digestive system, it can create excessive bloating and discomfort. More importantly, the alkalinity from baking soda can neutralize the beneficial acids in yogurt, reducing its probiotic effectiveness. Over time, this could mean fewer healthy bacteria in your gut. And for seniors, gut balance is directly tied to better digestion, nutrient absorption, and even brain health. Another concern is sodium. Just 1 teaspoon of baking soda contains over 1,200 milligrams of sodium, more than half the daily limit recommended for older adults with high blood pressure or heart disease. Combining this with yogurt can lead to fluid retention, increased blood pressure, and added strain on the heart. A common misconception is that adding baking soda to yogurt makes it easier on the stomach. In reality, this combination can disrupt the digestive process, especially if you're on medications like blood pressure pills, diuretics, or drugs for kidney problems, where sodium balance is crucial. Consider the case of Henry, a 72-year-old retiree. He began adding baking soda to his morning yogurt after reading online that it could settle the stomach. Within weeks, he noticed unusual swelling in his hands and feet, as well as more frequent indigestion. A visit to his doctor revealed elevated sodium levels and decreased gut bacterial diversity, both linked to his new habit. Once he stopped combining the two, his bloating subsided and his digestion improved. For safe use, enjoy yogurt on its own to maximize its probiotic benefits. If you use baking soda for acid reflux, take it separately, at least 1 to 2 hours apart, and only in small doctor-approved amounts. The takeaway is simple. Yogurt nourishes your gut. Baking soda can help with occasional heartburn. But together, they cancel out each other's benefits and may quietly harm your health over time. 5. Tomato-based foods. Tomato-based foods like pasta sauce, tomato soup, or even fresh salsa are naturally high in acid, thanks to citric and malic acids. Baking soda, on the other hand, is a strong alkaline compound. When the two meet, a chemical reaction takes place, producing carbon dioxide gas and dramatically altering the food's pH. While this might make the sauce less tart, it can have hidden consequences for your health, especially if you're over 40. First, the sodium content in baking soda is a major concern. Just 1 teaspoon contains more than half the daily sodium limit for older adults. This can raise blood pressure, increase fluid retention, and put extra strain on the heart. A risky combination if you already have hypertension or cardiovascular issues. Second, neutralizing the acidity of tomatoes can reduce their antioxidant power. Lycopene, a nutrient in tomatoes linked to lower cancer and heart disease risk, is best absorbed in a mildly acidic environment. By adding baking soda, you may be lowering your body's ability to benefit from this powerful compound. A common misconception is that baking soda fixes the acidity in tomato-based foods for sensitive stomachs. While it may temporarily reduce acid reflux, it can also interfere with digestion by altering stomach pH, making it harder to break down proteins and absorb minerals like calcium, magnesium, and iron. For those on acid-reducing medications, this effect can be even more pronounced. Take Maria, a 8-year-old grandmother who loved making homemade spaghetti sauce. She started adding baking soda after reading it would make the sauce easier on the stomach. Within months, she noticed her blood pressure creeping up and her occasional heartburn actually getting worse. Her doctor pointed out that the excess sodium and disrupted digestion were the culprits. Once she stopped using baking soda, her digestion improved, and she kept the flavor by using a pinch of sugar and longer simmer times instead. If you truly need to cut the acidity in tomato dishes, try roasting the tomatoes first or adding naturally sweet vegetables like carrots. Save baking soda for occasional doctor-approved relief from heartburn and take it well away from meals. Tomatoes are a nutritional powerhouse, and baking soda is a useful remedy in certain cases, but together, they can quietly steal away health benefits and create new risks for the aging body. Friends, today we've uncovered something that might have seemed small, maybe even harmless. Mixing baking soda with a certain food you probably have in your kitchen right now. But, as we've seen, it's often the little, everyday habits, the teaspoon here, the pinch there, that quietly shape our long-term health. The truth is, our bodies change as we age. The digestive system becomes more sensitive, blood pressure needs more careful monitoring, and nutrient absorption can slow down. What we could get away with in our 22nd or 32nd may now have very different effects. This isn't about fear. It's about respect. Respect for the remarkable body that has carried us through decades of life. By learning which combinations work for us and which may work against us, we give ourselves the gift of awareness. And awareness is powerful. It lets us make better choices, protect our health, and keep our energy for the moments that truly matter. Laughing with friends, playing with grandchildren, traveling, or simply enjoying a quiet, pain-free day. Here's the hopeful part. The adjustments we've talked about today are simple. You don't need a radical diet overhaul or expensive supplements. Sometimes, it's as easy as choosing when to use baking soda or finding a gentler way to prepare a favorite dish. These little shifts can make a real difference, lowering your risk of digestive distress, protecting your heart, and helping your body get the most from the foods you love. And remember, knowledge is only power when we use it. Maybe after watching this, you'll decide to stop adding baking soda to certain recipes. Maybe you'll talk to your doctor before using it as a home remedy. Or maybe you'll share what you've learned with someone you love who could benefit. I've seen again and again that when people make even one small positive change, it can ripple into every part of their lives. More energy, less discomfort, better sleep, greater confidence in their health. That's why I'm so passionate about bringing you information like this, because the choices you make today are an investment in your tomorrow. So, before we wrap up, I want to ask you, comment below and tell me one thing you'll change starting today after learning this. Maybe it's a cooking habit, maybe it's a home remedy, maybe it's just being more mindful about your body's signals. Your story might inspire someone else to take that first step. If this video helped you, please give it a like so more people can find it. Share it with a friend or family member who might be unknowingly making this same mistake. And if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel because we have so much more to explore together about living well, staying strong, and enjoying every season of life. You deserve to feel good in your body, to have the energy and freedom to do the things you love. Let's protect that together, one simple change at a time. Until next time, stay healthy, stay informed, and remember, your future is built in the choices you make today.